So we're going to plan nice and early. We're going to check our mirrors. We're going to do that blind spot check or kiss the parrot check, a nice early indicator.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to work out what other people are doing, consider our options, and then we're going to go from there.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sounds good.
Anything else? We didn't do any overtaking, but do you think that process that I've just gone through with the slip roads would be broadly the same if you were thinking about overtaking? Or would it be completely different?
You mean overtaking someone in front of me on the slip road?
No, on the actual dual carriageway, on the main carriageway. So say we join the dual carriageway and then there's a slower moving vehicle like a lorry in front of us and we want to come round them.
Well, you'd have to check your... Like, would you do the same sort of kiss the parrot, or would you have to... Because you don't want to drift into the... We could the same, wouldn't it? You indicate... No, it's not the same.
It is actually.
It is the same.
Yeah, you were right the first time. Okay.
Good.
So whenever we're thinking about overtaking, we need to plan it nice and early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't leave it till the last moment.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know who's in the lane next to us, because we can't move across unless it's safe.
Yeah.
We need to keep an eye on those vehicles that might be in the next lane across. Are they speeding up? Are they easing off? Are they sitting in our blind spot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need to give them a nice early warning that we're wanting to move across from one lane into another, and then we carry out the manoeuvre part of it, if you like. So it's pretty much identical, because when you're coming down a slip road, you're moving from one lane into another lane. When you're overtaking, you're moving from one lane into another lane.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Once we have overtaken, if we get the opportunity, what you then need to do is make sure you can see the whole of the vehicle in your left door mirror that you've just passed. Okay, before you then decide to drift back across.
Yeah, you don't want to cut them up.
You don't want to cut them up, but also sometimes, it doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. Okay, you pass a vehicle, and maybe in passing them, you're giving them a little bit of a wake-up call that perhaps they've dropped their speed without really realising it.
Right.
And then they suddenly start to speed up.
Which you don't want.
And you think you're well past them, and then you come back across and they're right behind you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you can see the whole of the vehicle first, and then even if they do speed up, you've still got a nice big safety gap that you can pull back over to.
Right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, we'll put that back into practice. Any other questions before we do that, though?
So it's the same route, but back...
It's going to be the same route, but in the opposite direction. But I'm still going to give you directions where to go. Once we're on the first slip road, do you feel like you've got enough to be able to take on the responsibility of doing it for yourself, or do you want me to help you, or do you want to have a bit of a halfway house?
I think a halfway, a little bit. Yeah, no, I think I'll need a little bit of help still.
Right, okay, so what if I just...
Even if I know, just a bit of reassurance that if I'm doing it right.
Okay, so what if I just give you, if you like, a bit more of a prompt rather than a direct instruction?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah?
That's good.
So if you're building up speed, but maybe you're getting to the point where you need a gear change, I might just say, okay, think about your gears.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And then as we're preparing to join the dual carriage, I might say, well, where are you looking? What are you thinking? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing the decision making. I'm just giving you a little bit of a nudge in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Copy. Move over to the left. You're now on the slip road. Cancel your left indicator. Right, now think about your speed. Because we want to get up to the same speed as the vehicles that are already on the main carriageway. Now let's start to plan for everything nice and early. Get an idea of who's where and what they're doing. Build that speed up even more, even more, even more, even more. Kiss the parrot check. Let people know. Now let everything just calm down a bit, okay? Okay, and now into 6th gear. Now we're going to plan for an overtaking manoeuvre. Okay, so have a look who's behind, what lane they're in, how fast they're going.
Yeah.
Okay, the Mercedes is catching us up, so we're going to let them go past. but then we're going to put an indicator on about now, but don't move. Put an indicator on, wait for the Renault to pass, okay, kiss the power at check, drift across, cancel your indicator, speed up. Quick glance down at your speedo, how fast are you going?
65.
Speed up a little bit more then. We've got the half a mile exit sign coming up. We've got plenty of time to get back across. So look in your left door mirror, can you see the whole of the lorry?
Yep.
Left indicator, let the car drift over to the left. Just drift. Okay. Cancel your indicator. Okay, we're staying in this lane, we're preparing for the exit. Okay, so think about when you're going to put an indicator on to let people know that you're planning on coming off. Okay, don't drop your speed too much. Okay, and when you exit, can you get into the right-hand lane, please?
Yep.
Now you cancel that indicator. Now start to plan for what you're going to see at traffic lights ahead. Stay in this lane. Into fourth gear. That's it. Keep driving. Stay in this lane. Stay in this lane. That's it. So let's build that speed up nice and early. Keep building that speed up until you feel like you're going at the same speed as the vehicles that are already on the main carriageway. Start to get a sense of who's where. Keep building that speed up. That's it. Nice. Good. Excellent. Well done. Nice work. Okay, let everything just settle down a bit and get into sixth gear. Now we're going to plan another overtaking maneuver. Okay, so check, let people know, accelerate. Okay, there's no point in moving from one lane into another lane unless you accelerate.
Yeah.
As long as you're not going over the speed limit, of course. Okay, plan for that overtaking maneuver. That's it. Good. So just stay out here until you know that you completely passed the line.
Yeah.
Have a check of your speed.
65.
Build up a little bit more speed then. Okay. Check that it's going to be safe to make back across. Keep your eyes focused ahead. Let the car just drift over. Nice. Good work. Feeling a bit more relaxed this time?
Yeah, definitely.
So when we get to the next exit, again, we're going to come off, we go across the roundabout and rejoin it again.
Yeah.
And I'll give you some guidance in terms of what lane to get into. After the lights, it takes you onto the slip road, so burst the speed. Okay, follow the white car that's directly in front of you. Okay, cancel your indicator, that's it. Do you feel like you're able to do this bit by yourself?
Yeah.
Go for it. Now, because we've got quite a few slow moving vehicles in front of us, we're going to move straight across into the next lane on the right. Move across now. Position. Now we could anticipate this van or the car in front moving across.
Yeah.
Now what they've done is not planned anywhere near early enough to overtake these tractors. That's why they got stuck there. Okay, now they're just going to have a queue of vehicles going past them in the right-hand lane, and they can't get in. Yeah. They will eventually. Somebody will let them in.
Yeah.
But that's why you want to plan. Another reason why you want to plan for overtaking nice and early. Okay, let's stay out in this lane. Let's keep up at 70 miles an hour. The lorry in the left-hand lane will be limited to doing 60 miles an hour.
Yes.
Okay, so we know we're going to catch them up. And I know through experience we've got enough time to get past them and back in again if we were wanting to. That said, on this occasion we're not. We're just going to hold this lane.
Okay.
Because what we're going to do is go all the way down to the roundabout, then we're going to go right the way round it and come back along the dual carriageway in the opposite direction. Think about your gears. If you go second, you'll be able to carry on driving. Stay on the inside lane to begin with, but then we're going to drift over to the left like we did the first time round. Okay, just need to drift across a bit earlier.
No.
No. Just move over to the left-hand lane now, very far left, as far as you can. That's it. Carry on driving. Burst the speed. Keep going. You're too close to stop. Okay. Onto the slip road. I'll leave it over to you.
Fast enough.
Well, we've got slower moving vehicles in front of us, and
like
you wouldn't want to overtake, so you can only go as fast as they're going.
Yeah.
Okay, everything else is the same though. Okay. Now you can start to plan for an overtaking manoeuvre.
Right? Yeah.
No, you're still fourth. Now accelerate. That's the important thing. If you're going at 60 and you're overtaking, then make sure you're accelerating as you're overtaking. To do from here, let me just hold it at 70. So again, just braking only for the lights, staying in this lane. Now we're going round and round about back up onto the A64 like you did last time.
Right.
Okay, so we go past the designer outlet and then it's the next exit after that. Back over to you for the slip road. You've gone straight into sixth there, okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to find it really tough to accelerate. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, just because you're a learner and they're a full licence holder doesn't mean you can't overtake them.
Yeah.
So we can move back over.
I know my place.
So now we'd want to move back over to the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got an empty lane. We're not catching anybody up, and we don't want to block the right-hand lane for anybody that might want to overtake us. Cancel your indicator. So we're going to do what we did before. We're going to go one junction up. We're going to come off. Then we're going to head towards Park and Ride, have a quick chat,
Yep.
and then work our way back again. Okay, so what are your thoughts then second time round?
A lot better.
What was better?
I didn't drift because I felt like the parrot kiss thing wasn't like that. Which I think I was the first. I was a bit over the top. I had a quick glance. I felt quite confident when overtaking as well. As soon as I could see the full vehicle on the left
Good.
mirror. Lanes better. I felt like I had a bit of, I could tell which lane I was meant to be in this time, not just missing the turn off.
Cool.
Yeah, I think
Is there
speed
anything...
dropping, that was probably the thing
Sorry?
that I should, my speed dropping when I'm about to overtake or have just overtaken, I should keep it up to how it was, unless obviously there's a...
You're right. I was just literally about to ask you, is there anything that you'd want to improve? And that's the one thing that would...
Yeah, I'd say speed.
I would recommend is, you just let your speed drop a few times. It just causes risk and problems, and it's a bit annoying for people that are behind us as well. Because they see you accelerate, so they accelerate with you, and then suddenly you're slowing down, and then they're thinking, whoa, cool. Cool. Cancel your indicator.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so overall thoughts from today's practice then?
I think it improved as it went along. I feel quite good at the dual carriageways and slip roads and exit roads and things now. Well, I mean, good. It's all relative, but you know what I mean. Better than before.
Yeah, I mean, like anything else. First time you do something, it's always going to be the most challenging time.
True.
Okay. But towards the end, you were at least looking pretty confident in what you were doing and how you were doing it. And the most important thing is obviously you've learnt quite a bit from today,
Yes, definitely.
which you'll be able to take forward. So when we go on future lessons, almost always we do some element of dual carriageway driving.
Yeah.
Normally just up to the A64 Grimston Bar roundabout, then down towards Monk's Cross. But at least you know how to do it now. You've got the confidence of building up speed, changing lanes, overtaking if necessary, all that good stuff.